This one's a little spooky, if I do say so myself. Wearing my orange today, as we are right around Halloween. Anyway, the thing that is kind of spooky is I'm going to dub this the time stress loop, right? I don't have enough time to do anything. So I'm going to do all this stuff and become stressed out about it. And then when it's done, it's kind of like, but at the same time you're also like a little depressed. You don't have anything to work on, right? Your brain's like wondering where the next thing is going to come, and you don't have anything to work on. So then you're stressed that you don't have anything to work on, so then you're going to put yourself back in the cycle when you do have stuff to work on, to obsess about that thing, which then you become stressed over until it's done, and then you're back in that same cycle, right? This time stress loop. And then we can't bail ourselves out of this loop either through time saving tools, because we are spending too much time on our projects. We don't have time to look at time saving tools. Then when we don't have a project, we're worried that because we don't have a project, we can't invest time in a time saving tool because we don't have the funds or the project to work on with said tool. So we go right back to doing everything manually on the next project and repeat that time stress loop as well. So it's something that we need to break ourselves of. Mostly this comes in the form of trying to be, and it's very hard in project work. Like, by no means is this an easy thing to escape from, but is trying to find that when that project is over, you have things to go to next. And those next projects need to be internal projects, right? They need to be systems and process improvement, systems streamlining, right? This in an any firm, it's looking at like Revit families and making sure that all of your content is good, looking at your templates, looking at other tools that could save you time on your next project. It's looking at other things that you can do to be successful and streamline the next thing, right? It's maybe going through specs. Nobody likes to do that, but these are the types of projects that you can have in those downtimes for your team, so that again, at the next project, things go a little smoother. Then again, you keep having external client work, and then you work on internal projects, systems, right? Processes, things like that. You do documentation, lessons learned, all that type of stuff after a project. And then this keeps kind of the workflow steady, right? It might not be that crazy workload, especially at a deadline, but it's still going to be enough work to where people have a purpose, they have something to work on, they're, fulfilled basically within their day and not just bored, senseless. So something to think about as you kind of progress is looking to fill those gaps and voids right after, say, a big deadline for a project. It's kind of like the post marathon blues. For any of you guys that have run out there, you do this big goal, you achieve this big thing, and then it's like, oh, what's next, right? And you kind of have this, they call it marathon blues, but you're just trying to look for that next thing. So if you keep it going, right, you keep that next thing on the horizon for everybody, creates a little more hope, a little more optimism, a little more mission for everybody to work on.